This is one of the most accurate models of the coronavirus I've ever seen.
And I can use this model to actually show you how coronavirus takes over, invades a single human cell, how you catch coronavirus. It's an extraordinary process, and it's one, of course, that's changed so many of our lives over the past year, not least the lives of the scientists who are on the front line of the battle against the virus itself. So can I start by asking you, how crazy has this year been for you?
Someone said to me about 6 months ago, epidemiologists are the new rock stars. I wouldn't quite go that far, but it's been really, really bizarre that, you say something and it really means that we have to be very, very careful about what we say, because you say something and then if you're not careful, the following day it's making national headlines. It's really daunting.
This year has been very bizarre, actually. Before the pandemic, very few people were interested in viral immunology. In fact, you would have many big vaccine programs shutting down and companies restructuring away from vaccination for the viruses that I'm working on and I'm interested in. And now there has been such a huge investment in vaccination, setting infrastructure that's going to be valuable for us for years to come.
And like our scientists, the virus in our model has also been busy. At the bottom of the screen in blue, that's a human cell. And those now familiar coronavirus spikes latch onto it. The end of the spike then falls away, revealing, well, I've heard it called a spring-loaded virus jackknife. It plunges into the human cell. Then these tiny links start to pull the virus and the cell together.
How much extra work has all this been?
I think in many instances, there's been a lot of epidemiologists who worked long nights and at weekends because we've been having to do kind of the government decision support on top of our regular job as academics.
What has science learned overall?
We are able to design vaccines and we know that the vaccines work. And it's incredible, actually, that we've managed to roll out vaccines a year, even less than a year before the virus first emerged, first it jumped to humans.
In the really early stages of a pandemic, it's very hard actually to predict what might happen because data is so uncertain. As the year has gone on, these model predictions have improved dramatically because, of course, we have much more data.
Back to our model, and the virus is merging with the membrane of the human cell, creating an opening. You can see it if we zoom inside, and it's going to pour its genetic material through this gap and create a new virus factory, churning out more copies of the coronavirus. It's the end for this human cell, but where will the pandemic itself end?
I strongly believe that with vaccination, we can eradicate COVID, and that's what we're aiming for. We're not aiming to eradicate the virus, we're aiming to eradicate the COVID disease.
But I think we're going to have some really difficult discussions as we get to the summer, as in what are we prepared to live with in terms of COVID as we go into the winter to allow us to live a normal life. So I think that discussion is coming probably once we've got through this first vaccination campaign and hopefully got back to normal in the summer.
You know, as impressive as this model is, there's one way it's actually slightly misleading, because it looks like the virus is doing all this deliberately. It has intent. But in fact, this is all just random chance, molecules just bumping into each other.
There's no intelligence here, but it takes a great deal of human intelligence to learn how to fight it.